Let me make sure my phone turned up. Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. This for Beyond the Gates, April 28, 2025. Okay, y'all. So where we gonna start? Leslie, the wig lady. We gotta start with the wig lady, cause it's good. Don't sit here. Look, she was in the mirror trying on all these wigs. Before she tried on the wig, it was one. I think she had it in the bag. I'm guessing that's the newest one. So she pulled it out and she put it on. And she looked in the mirror and I said, she got a new wig, y'all." I said, "Leslie don't found another wig." Then she started trying on all the rest. I said, "Several, actually." But it looked like she had the other ones already. But I said, "Look, they go the wig lady." What they said, crazy cat lady, crazy wig lady. But yeah, so we're gonna start with Leslie, Jen, and Mona. So they was just sitting at the same spot that they be at all the time, talking or whatever. And Leslie was just telling them, she appreciative of them and their friendship and all this other stuff. They was like, "You talking like you going away or whatever?" I thought she about to say she going away. No, of course she not. But yeah, so they just took turns saying they grateful for each other and all this other extra stuff. But Jan ended up leaving, Mona ended up leaving. Leslie, she seen Martin and she seen Vernon, and I was like, "What's she finna do? What's she finna say? What is food?" She don't went over here. I was like, "So what's she trying to prove?" She went over there. She brought them, what was it, a cake or a brownie? She brought them something on a plate, and I said, "Y'all better not eat that." I said, "Y'all better not eat that. You in danger. You in danger." Oh, hold on, y'all. I'm testing out this thing. So it ain't like the other one. The other one pop up, but this one it goes right there. Okay. But yeah, I see you in danger. So she just went over there. She just over here talking about, so, "Oh, I'm a fan of both of you, and I just gotta get a picture." She took a picture of them, and she was just now. At first, she was talking like she was a fan and stuff. Then when she started talking about Bigfoot and stuff, I was like, "What's she talking about?" I said, "What's she talking about?" But then she left, and when she got back to her place and she was talking to Eva, I said, "Oh, she over here trying to get money out of them now." I said, "Girl, you ain't getting no money. If anything," I said, "They better not. They better not get her no doggone money. Cause either way it go," I said, "Ted, the perfect example, cause she got money from him, and who knows how long she been getting money from him. I think they said it actually. Hold on, this stuff in the way. Let me go to the comment section. But yeah, I was like, they better not get her no money." I said, "How they let you know like who you associate with matters?" Cause she over here talking about some getting some money for Vernon, from Vernon them or whatever. I was like, "They ain't got nothing to do with this." And then I told you, I said she seemed like she more upset with Nicole than what's his name? Ted. I about to say Bill. Oh, that reminds me. I seen a spoiler that said something about Bill. I don't know if it said he thinks about, his involvement with the whole Ted scandal or whatever, the fact that he was involved. I said, "How was he involved now?" I said, "What?" It said something about Bill. I know they showed already. Bill was talking to Haley or whatever, and she was like, "Ted cheated on Nicole or whatever," and she seemed happy about that. I said, "Oh, I almost said it. Oh my goodness, I don't know if I can say that on here." But yeah, I almost said it. I almost slipped. I said, "Look, not you proud of that." But yeah, they said something about Bill supposed to. I don't know if it said feel guilty. Something about Bill knowing about Ted, and what's her name? The crazy lady, Leslie, Dana, whatever her name is. But yeah, Ted, Nicole, Eva. I think they were still talking about. He was trying to spend some alone time. I said, enjoy it, because she might be leaving you, buddy. She might be leaving you. But he was trying to get some alone time. Eva said she can't let that happen. She was just finalizing the details. But I think they ended up finalizing everything. Oh, I forgot. I should have started with this. If you didn't know, they supposed to be preempting Beyond the Gates. They supposed to be preempting y'all. I think tomorrow and Wednesday, or either Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know which one. Now sometimes people be uploading it anyway, so we'll see y'all. But yeah, I said they wait till they get to the good stuff to want to go sit up here and preempt stuff. But yeah, um, I think Eva ended up leaving, and that's when Ted, he was feeding Nicole strawberries and just talking about they look. I said you had every opportunity. You had every opportunity to tell her, to warn her about this crazy lady, to warn her. I said, and they still don't know that she the one that put Laura in the doggone hospital. But yeah, Anita and Vernon was still talking about. He was trying to convince her to, sing and stuff, and she was saying she used to sing with the group or whatever. But they mad at her or something because she was mean to them. I don't know. She did something to them. They ain't go into full details, but yeah, she said she don't think they would even talk to her again. He probably gonna reach out to them, y'all. I'm hoping that they get some people that we recognize because they've been doing that a lot on this show. A lot of people that's recognized. I take the back. They don't have to get nobody that we recognize. They just got to be good at their job. But yeah, so far so good or whatever. But yeah, that's all they was talking about. And then Vernon went to the place with Martin, and Martin was talking about his dreams. Look, they giving us little snippets. What did y'all see? A car? Was that a car or something else? I don't know if there was a car. I know one time it looked like a crowbar that fell. Look, they giving us little snippets of what happened. And we also know that apparently Nicole doesn't know about it. I'm wondering if Ted knows about it. So far we know that the grandparents know about it. Bill knows about it, but I think so far that's it. Who else? Derek, Ashley, Jen. So Derek was just moving in his stuff in Ashley's place, and then they button heads already. They button heads. Jen came over. She was trying to help them out or whatever, but it looked like they're gonna work things out. But I think Ashley want what's his name? What's his name, y'all? What is it? Andre. Ain't his name Andre? I think she got feelings for Andre. But yeah, so far, he moving his stuff in and stuff like that. Jan was trying to help or whatever, but I think they gonna end up coming to an agreement or whatever. But I still think that she gonna end up telling Andre how she feel, or he gonna end up. I think he already told her how he feel actually. But yeah, with Martin and Chelsea, they over here talking about some threesomes and stuff. She was telling him she was with this couple or whatever. Then she said they was married. I'm over here like, she was like, she just telling the girl, the woman or whatever about her feelings and stuff, and I was like, I was like, she's married, like, and she trying to tell her, but Chelsea just still expressing her feelings and stuff. Then when they all was sitting at the table, I said she look uncomfortable. She definitely look uncomfortable. Hold on, y'all. Make sure y'all let me know what y'all thought of the episode down below. But yeah, he was like, I don't think I'm the right person you need to be talking to about this or whatever. But I think she ended up, well, obviously, she ended up, talking to the lady. I think they said her name was Allison. If I'm not mistaken, Allison or whatever. They ended, might as well go on, finish with that part. Um, they ended up meeting up, and she was just saying, she enjoyed herself the other night when they was together, but she'll rather have her to herself. Let me paraphrase. She said, "Look, it was cool with your husband and you, but I would prefer to have you by myself." And she was like, "I got to run that by my husband. If he says it's okay, then sure, because I'm feeling the same thing you feeling." And I was like, But then Naomi came on there to me, so you want to join us? And the lady, she looked uncomfortable. Then they sitting there. I think they said, "You look like you married or whatever," and she like tried to hide it. I said, "They already seen it there." And I was like, "Yeah, this gonna be a problem. This gonna be a problem." What else? I already said Martin and Vernon was talking about his dream and stuff like that, and that's why he didn't want him to run for president and stuff like that. I always said stuff like that. But yeah, they wasn't talking about nothing till the crazy lady came up. I said they ain't noticed that this lady over here, she give off like other than crazy, like something's up. Like something's up. But she went home, like I said, she was trying on all these doggone wigs and stuff. I said, yeah, you just as crazy as you gonna be. You just a psychopath. And Eva came. Hey, Eva, she been manipulating this lady for how long? Probably since she was a kid. She over here, she started talking about Vernon and the Freeze. Talking about it's really their fault. First she was talking about Nicole, and I said she more upset than Nicole. Talking about it's her fault. We would have been together. And I said I'm confused. I am confused, and I said that a lot. I thought they wasn't Nicole and Ted married back then. So how she thought that they was gonna be together? And then I think it was confirmed that Nicole didn't know anything about it, about the affair or anything like that. But I'm trying to figure out, like, wasn't they married? Wasn't Ted and Nicole married or whatever? She told me, I said, yeah, it's her fault. We would have been together and stuff like that. I was like, that's how it be. That's what you be saying, but you gotta think about it. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. But yeah, and she's just going off. I was like, you need to go check and see, go find her motorcycle helmet and see this lady. Your mama is crazy. Mama, what she said, Mama. Mama's crazy. Mama needs to go away. But she do make the show interesting. Well, they all play a part. I always say that. But hold on, y'all. Mama. Well, yeah, and she just like, yeah, the freeze, it's really their fault because they just gave Nicole everything she wanted. It was handed on a, what they be saying, silver platter or something like that. And just going on about the freeze, and she gonna make them pay with money. I said, I hope they don't get her done. I hope they don't get her done because these folks don't learn. When people be black, I said the same thing on what was it? Was it General Hospital? I don't know if it was General Hospital or what. It was something. I was like, yeah, they be blackmailing. They keep coming back. Yeah, Alexis. It was General Hospital. They be over here blackmailing folks and stuff. Then they study over here, get on what they want. Then they want something else. Might as well just confess at this point. Take away, gone, pull that chair on under them, and take away their choice. Not take away their choice. I said that wrong. But y'all know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I was like, she talking about blackmailing the freeze and exposing Ted, all his dirt and all that. And I was like, what else he got to, like, the affair is one thing. Well, he actually got a lot because one is the affair. Two, he been sending her money to cover it up. Three is the fact that he got a child, even though she said she got an abortion. So I was like, yeah, maybe that's what she meant. Cause I was like, what else secret he got besides that? But I was like, yeah, it all come out this week, y'all. We'll see though, cause again, sports supposed to be on this week. And what else? What else? I already said Leslie Eva. I didn't finish. I didn't finish that part because she was over here trying to convince her daughter that it's the right move. She was like, "Well, I guess you got a good point." Then Eva tried to talk some sense to her, tried to tell her, bring the priest. That's not a good idea. Stuff like that. You can't just be solely focused on the money. That lady ain't here. Nothing you talk about. She ain't hear nothing. She don't care nothing about what you got going on. Then they did the little flashback and show, back in the day they were struggling and stuff like that. But yeah, I think last week we got Jacob, Naomi, Derek, Ashley. They was just all meeting up. Like I said, Naomi went over there and asked Chelsea and Allison if they wanted to join. They did. Then they was just talking about, Derek and her moving in and how they dealt with it and stuff like that. Yeah, I think Martin tells Brendan about the dream. Leslie blaming Nicole. Leslie don't find another wig. Anita misses performing with the group. Chelsea want to talk to Martin about threesomes. Vernon's still trying to persuade her. Ted and Nicole celebrating. Yeah, that's it. That's all. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, this is her girls. They be saying.